As a serious runner, I use Strava every single day, often multiple times a day. It's a social network that encourages me to make bad decisions, makes me believe things about other runners that are untrue, puts a lot of my private information, like my location or health information, on the internet, and makes it really easy to stalk people. Hey, but at least they haven't been called to a congressional hearing. Yet. Do not call your congressman. Now, you might think that I'm sponsored by Strava, but I'm not, even though I believe I'm good enough to be sponsored by Strava. Strava, are you listening? It's okay. I can afford $60 a year for Strava. After all, you can't put a price on epicness. And besides, compared to the amount of money that I spend every year on running shoes, it's a drop in the bucket. Strava is not only my training log, but an important tool for planning future runs. My training plan tells me how many miles per week I should run, but Strava tells me how many miles per week I need to run. To top the club leaderboard, that is. And to be clear, real runners only compete on the leaderboard for total distance. I don't even know why they rank elevation. I mean, who cares? Strava, how do I get in touch with your product development team? Segment Explorer is a key feature. When I'm looking to boost my self-esteem, finding a segment that's not very competitive and landing a top 10 spot on that segment is a great way for me to feel better about myself, even if it's a segment nobody really cares about. Of course, there are segments that are wholly to serious runners, such as Magnolia Road or the dirt track in Kenya. If you plan to do these segments, you'll draw attention regardless of how fast you do them. People will just be impressed that you did them. If I'm planning a run with people who are slower than me, that's okay. I'll run my pace on a double. And when that group run shows up on Strava, I'll be sure to title it a social run or even a slow-shal run. I can't have my followers thinking that I'm that slow. If I'm desperate for some attention, but I'm concerned about my run being noteworthy on its own merits, I'll indulge in something called Strava Art. This is where you run a route so that the resulting map looks like a drawing of some sort. This is a great way to get attention for your run when you otherwise lack talent. Speaking of lacking talent, last year Strava introduced a new way for hobby joggers to feel good about themselves, the Local Legend Award. Basically, if you run a particular segment more than anyone else in a 90-day period, you are designated the local legend, regardless of how fast you run it. I'll look at the Strava accounts for professional runners and use their activity feed to help me decide which workouts I should be doing and how many miles I should be running. Never mind the fact that they're professional, world-class, elite athletes, and I'm sub-elite, local competitive. Let's move on. Even if I can't hit the same paces as a pro, I can still run the same routes as a pro. This will help reinforce in my mind the idea that I'm basically a pro. Plus, this creates the opportunity for a flyby with an actual pro runner. In my Strava description, I'll talk about that flyby because it'll make my Strava activity somehow seem more impressive. Of course, perhaps the greatest motivation is getting that one notification you hope to never get, that you lost your course record. Now, I'll assume that it's a mistake of some kind, like somebody uploaded a bike ride as a run, or I'll look for other reasons to flag the activity, but if it looks legitimate, I'll have to adjust my training plan in order to make some time to go get that crown back. Alright, I gotta go get this segment back. Oh, somebody let me know if Strava calls with a sponsorship deal.